Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, you're scrolling through Pinterest, you're binging those home makeover shows, and you're left with this lingering feeling of, well, let's call it house envy. You see these stunning, straight out of a magazine homes and think, my place could never look like that without winning the lottery. Am I right? Well, what if I told you that you're wrong? What if I told you that the secret to a home that looks incredibly expensive, ridiculously chic, and totally put together has way less to do with a fat wallet and way more to do with some clever tricks of the trade? Today, we're spilling all the tea. We're going to break down, step by step, how you can transform your space from meh to $1 million listing without, actually spending $1 million. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's get into it. All right, first things first, let's talk about the biggest, most impactful, and surprisingly cheapest trick in the book. Paint. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? But hear me out. The color of your walls is like the foundation of your entire home's aesthetic. You can have the most expensive furniture in the world, but if your walls are a scuffed up, weird shade of beige from 2003, the whole vibe is just off. Now, you might be tempted to go for a bold, dramatic color, and while that can work, the real secret to an expensive-looking home is often found in the power of neutrals. I'm talking about those sophisticated, calming shades of white, cream, gray, and even some deep, moody charcoals or navy blues. These colors create a clean, cohesive canvas that makes your space feel bigger, brighter, and infinitely more high-end. They're timeless for a reason. They let your furniture and decor be the stars of the show. And here's a pro tip for you. Once you've picked your color, consider painting your trim and doors as well. A fresh coat of crisp white semi-gloss on your baseboards, window frames, and doors can make a world of difference. It's like putting a great frame on a beautiful piece of art. It just makes everything pop. And if you're feeling a little adventurous, a really chic move is to paint the trim a contrasting color, like a soft black or a deep gray against light walls. It's a designer touch that costs next to nothing. Okay, so your walls are looking fresh and fabulous. What's next? Let's talk lighting. This is one of those things that a lot of people overlook, but designers, they're obsessed with it, and for good reason. The lighting in your home is like the jewelry of a great outfit. It can elevate everything. That single, boring, flush mount light in the center of your ceiling, yeah, we're breaking up with that. It's what I like to call the big light, and it casts harsh, unflattering shadows that make everything look a little drab. The key to expensive-looking lighting is to layer it. You want multiple sources of light in a room to create a warm, inviting, and dynamic atmosphere. Think about it in 3 layers. You've got your ambient lighting, which is your main source of light, like a stylish chandelier or a modern pendant light. And when I say stylish, I don't mean you have to break the bank. There are so many affordable and super chic options out there these days. Look at places like Target, Wayfair, or even Amazon. You can find some amazing dupes for those super high-end designer fixtures. Next, you need task lighting. This is your more focused light for things like reading or working. Think a cool floor lamp next to your sofa, or a sleek desk lamp in your home office. And finally, you have accent lighting. This is the fun stuff. It's all about highlighting the things you love in your home, like a piece of art or a cool architectural feature. A simple, inexpensive picture light over a favorite print can instantly make it look like a gallery piece. And don't forget about the power of dimmer switches. Seriously, this is a game changer. Being able to control the intensity of your lighting allows you to create the perfect mood for any occasion. It's a small, affordable upgrade that feels incredibly luxurious. All right, let's move on to something that's near and dear to my heart: window treatments. Bare windows can sometimes feel a little, well, unfinished. And those cheap plastic blinds, they're not doing your home any favors. Curtains are a fantastic way to add softness, texture, and a sense of luxury to a room. But here's the secret that the pros know. It's all in how you hang them. This is probably one of the biggest and most common mistakes I see. People tend to hang the curtain rod right above the window frame. Don't do that. To create the illusion of higher ceilings and a grander space, you want to hang that rod as high and as wide as you can. Go for a few inches below the ceiling and extend the rod several inches past the window frame on each side. This allows more light to come in when the curtains are open, and it makes your windows look so much bigger and more impressive. And when it comes to the curtains themselves, make sure they're long enough to at least kiss the floor. Curtains that are too short, often called high waters, can make a room feel stunted. You want that long, elegant line from the ceiling to the floor. You don't have to splurge on custom drapes. IKEA has some fantastic affordable options, and you can always find great deals online. Look for fabrics that have some weight to them, like a linen blend or a faux silk. They tend to hang better and look more expensive than flimsy sheer materials. Okay, we've covered the big stuff, the walls, the lighting, the windows. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the details that really pull a room together and give it that custom designer feel. And a lot of this comes down to something that's totally free: decluttering. Think about the most luxurious spaces you've seen. What do they have in common? They're not jam-packed with stuff. They have room to breathe. Now, I'm not saying you have to become a minimalist, but taking the time to go through your belongings and get rid of anything that you don't use, need, or absolutely love is a game changer. A clean, organized space instantly feels more calming and, you guessed it, more expensive. Once you've decluttered, think about your styling. Instead of having a bunch of small, dinky little decor items scattered around, try grouping things together and thinking in terms of scale. A few larger, more impactful pieces will always look more intentional and high-end than a ton of tiny trinkets. For example, instead of a bunch of small framed photos on a console table, try one large piece of art. And speaking of art, this is another area that you can get a lot of bang for your buck. You don't need to be an art collector to have beautiful pieces on your walls. There are so many amazing and affordable options out there these days. Check out sites like Etsy for prints from independent artists, or even look into digital downloads that you can print and frame yourself. And when it comes to frames, a simple, classic frame will always look more sophisticated than something overly ornate. Let's talk about adding some personality and texture. This is what's going to keep your home from feeling cold or sterile. One of the easiest ways to do this is with textiles. Think throw pillows and blankets. And here's a little trick for you. When it comes to throw pillows, don't skimp on the inserts. A cheap, flimsy insert will make any pillow cover look sad and flat. Invest in some good quality feather or down alternative inserts. They're much fuller and will give your pillows that designer karate chop look. And try to go for a size up with your insert. So for an 18 by 18 inch pillow cover, use a 20 by 20 inch insert. It'll make your pillows super plush and inviting. Rugs are another fantastic way to add texture, color, and warmth to a room. A well-placed rug can anchor a seating area and make the whole space feel more cohesive. And a common mistake people make is getting a rug that's too small. You want at least the front legs of your sofa and chairs on the rug. This will make the room feel bigger and more pulled together. There's so many great affordable rug options out there these days, so you don't have to spend a fortune to get a great look. And don't forget about the power of nature. Bringing some greenery into your home is one of the quickest and most affordable ways to breathe life into a space. A few well-placed plants can make any room feel fresher and more vibrant. You don't need to have a green thumb. There are plenty of low-maintenance options out there, like snake plants or ZZ plants. And if you're really not a plant person, there are some incredibly realistic-looking faux plants on the market now. A beautiful vase with some fresh or faux eucalyptus stems on your coffee table is a simple touch that always looks incredibly chic. And finally, let's talk about those small finishing touches that can make a huge impact. Think of these as the little details that whisper luxury. A great place to start is with your hardware. The knobs on your kitchen cabinets, the handles on your dressers, even your doorknobs. Swapping out that basic builder-grade hardware for something a little more special is a relatively inexpensive upgrade that can make your furniture and cabinetry look so much more custom and high-end. You can find some amazing and affordable options online or at your local hardware store. Another little trick is to pay attention to your everyday items. For example, instead of having a plastic bottle of dish soap on your kitchen counter, decant it into a beautiful glass or ceramic dispenser. It's a tiny change, but it makes your kitchen feel so much more put together. The same goes for your bathroom. Matching soap dispensers and a nice tray to corral your toiletries can give your bathroom a spa-like feel. And my last little secret for you today is the power of mirrors. Mirrors are fantastic for making a space feel bigger and brighter because they reflect light. A large statement mirror can be a beautiful focal point in a room, and it can almost act like a piece of art. Try placing a mirror opposite a window to maximize the natural light in a room. So, there you have it. The secret to making your home look expensive on a budget isn't about one big, grand gesture. It's about a